Hello YouTube, Mewtwo here again with another package and pickups video, and it's probably going to be a short-ish one this time because there was just one package through the post and a couple of local pickups, which as you can see were both from, or hopefully you can see, both came from CEX. And the first was a PlayStation 2 game called The Mark of Cry. Never heard of this before, but it was 75¢. So I figured, why not? Give it a shot. You don't know what it's going to be like. Could be a hidden gem. Has a sort of, Roman Greek look. So could be one of those, enjoyable mindless hack and slash games, which I quite like. Maybe it'll be some rubbish pseudo RPG thing. You wouldn't know. But you can't go wrong, really. I mean, that's the great thing about the PlayStation 2. At 75¢ for a game, that's nothing. So you can pretty much pick up anything at that price, and if you like it, great. If you don't, whatever. And then the other pickup was unusually a GameCube game, and I very rarely see GameCube games these days. And CEX in particular, they have a couple of, they have maybe a copy of Smash Bros or Mario Kart Double Dash, but that's about it. So to see anything else, is a bit of an unusual occurrence, to say the least. And all okay, so I mean it's NHL, it's an EA Sports game, it's not exactly that exciting, but it was only 80¢, and which I'll get to in a second, but it was a game complete. So 80¢ for a complete GameCube game. I mean, that's practically charity shop prices. And there you go, it's complete, and it has the Nintendo, I don't know, whatever that manual is that comes in all GameCube games that no one has probably ever read except for whoever wrote it, all the legal mumbo jumbo. So again, really nice condition. So there we have it, two modest pickups, but they bump up both the GameCube and PlayStation collections nicely. But the main purpose of this particular package of pickups video was this package that arrived in the post all the way from America, and I've opened it slightly, and of course some packing peanuts. It was packing peanut filled, popped out at me. So I've kind of dug through it a little to hopefully make it easier to get out on camera. Otherwise, I'm going to probably end up with peanuts everywhere. But this package came courtesy of another member on the Sega 8-bit forums, known as Tears of Opa-Opa, or Chris is his real name. And it was not a sales thread or a trades thread or anything like that it normally is, but rather I mentioned ages ago I was looking for this item, or these items. There's a few little bits in here, and he remembered, and he had seen, he always puts up these interesting auctions and unusual Sega bits and bobs, or retro bits and bobs. And I mean, it's dangerous because he always end up linking to so much what I would consider cool stuff. He could bankrupt you with all this look rare, Sonic the Hedgehog, statue, or look rare Sega, vinyl record for Outrun, or all these unusual stuff that you just don't see. Or, well, I mean, he must see them. He sees them all the time, it seems. But anyway, I'll dig it out so that we're not just looking at a box. Oh, packing peanuts yet. The whole time. I'm just going to leave this to the side for the minute, and we should be able to dig through this. And you can probably just about see it already, because you can see our good old friend Sonic. But this is some paraphernalia for Sonic the Hedgehog 3. And I don't know if anyone remembers, but you can just about see it as well. It's marked as Happy Meal. Back in 1993, when Sonic 3 was obviously out, Sega did a Happy Meal promotion with McDonald's, where you could get these Sonic the Hedgehog toys. Now I remember seeing the ad for it at the time, and really wanted to pick them up, but we didn't have a McDonald's in Ireland where I grew up. I mean, there was literally, you would have had to gone to Dublin, and I grew up in the country. So that was kind of like a big event, was to go to Dublin. So I always wanted them, but never got a chance to have them. And I mentioned it in the forums, and of course, Chris remembered, and one day out of the blue sends me a link to them, to an auction. And of course, when I seen them, I was like, absolutely. I mean, these are all sealed, brand new in the bag, never been opened, never been used, never been banged about or anything. There's Dr. Robotnik, not Dr. Eggman. Correct answer. So, absolutely, I seen him, I was, yeah, I gotta have these. As I think he knew would be the case. So, he sent me on the link, but he did warn me that it looks like that the seller is it's America only. So I contacted the seller, and sure enough, they said, sorry, no can do, I won't ship to Ireland. And I said to them, alright, I mentioned this to Chris, and he said, well, look, if you want, have them shipped to me, and I'll send them on to you. I'll just cover the postage, the extra, the double postage, and it's fine. I said, okay, great. So I said that to the seller, and they said, not a problem. As long as you're shipping to the US, I don't care who pays for it, basically. So there we got miles per hour, otherwise known as tails. And I think with the tails one, actually, you pop it in, you pull the cord, and he's supposed to fly up in the air and take your eye out. So the auction came along. Actually, I'll just go back through these and what they are. What do they do? I think Robotnik is a pullback car, and you goes whizzing along the table. And Sonic is you put him in this little torpedo launcher and press the button, and he goes shooting across the table. But anyway, the auction came along, and I tried to put in my bid. Normally I'd leave it fairly late, but this time it was, say, half a day, or maybe it was a bit less than that, but beforehand, and I had a funny feeling my bid wasn't going to go through. So I put in a bid, and sure enough it was rejected because I was in Ireland. I contacted the seller, and he says, sorry, I can't be bothered changing your auction, just, tough. So I said it to Chris, well, looks like I can't bid in that. And I mean, it wasn't enough that like he had sent me the link to the items. He had then offered to have it, to do a post on for me. But he said, well, look, if you want, tell me your max bid, and I'll bid on the auction for you. Now we have our last one here, Mr. Knuckles, and yeah, looking tough with his attitude. He seems to tough with his attitude, and he's in a cloud. Whee! He's like a Care Bear or something. He spins around this cloud, and I think again he's another. I don't know, is he a pullback? Yeah, he looks like a pullback. Well, that's clever. So I won the auction then. I think I won it for $10. And I literally whatever my max bid was, it was say something like $10.30 or something, random like that. And it went to precisely my max bid amount. And he said, I didn't think you were going to win it there, but I won it with my very max bid. So, of course, I paid him immediately, and he then said, okay, I'll work out the shipping so that it's the most affordable, effective way to ship, and came back to me then, and I paid for, I don't know, I think it was first class UPS or USP or United States Postal Service anyway, and it got here fairly quick too, so that was fairly good. Even with the double postage having to go on. So there's all four in their little bags. So, and the reason why I'm kind of taking time as well to tell the tale is because a few videos ago I had a relatively poor experience with a kind of a trade it was a purchase I'd done. But on the other hand, then you meet people like Chris, you meet people like Retro Bob or Ninja Bear Hug, or there's so many of them on the retro gaming community, and I've only named a couple, but there's so many more on the Sega forums that and most retro gaming forums, that once you get to know them, they're the nicest people, and I mean they go above and beyond. Many people will if you say, hey look, will someone ship from the UK, or will someone ship from Germany, or will someone ship from Australia or America or Canada, whatever, they will do. And I mean, in Chris's case, not only did he find the auction, he bid on the auction and everything for me. So I mean, you couldn't find nicer people than in the retro community. So having the odd, like, middling experience, we'll say, absolutely, that's the exception. Like, most people are so nice and will go above and beyond the call. And of course, there was this other piece here, and this is in a zippy lock bag. Oh, I see it now. I know. I'll take it out on camera and show you. But I know Chris had said he threw in a Brucey bonus, as Marcus likes to say, and I'll show you properly. But I seen what they are. They're really cool. So I'll just undo this and show you. So firstly, what was inside the cardboard itself was actually the Happy Meal bag from 1993. This is what your food and your toys would have came in. And it's the typical, it's mixing the McDonald. That's really cool. Like the McDonald's logo done in the kind of Sonic check style. And there's loads of little blurbs around the thing. Angel Island Zone. Think Sonic. Draw a pass from Sonic the Hedgehog to the KS Emerald. Kind of playing a game. The usual thing. So it was a kind of a nice little bonus to get in the auction. Again, kids' games with the different characters on the back. Just, it completes the set, because that is... With these now, at the toys and the Happy Meal bag, if I can't really get them all in shot there, that is the entire Sonic 3 Happy Meal set. So it's one of those things that I had kind of stuck in my mind from my childhood, and to be able to get them in unopened brand new condition is totally cool. And it does now beg that question: to open or not to open? Oh, I know I encounter this all the time, or you see this on forums all the time. What do you do if you do have a sealed game or whatever? Do you open it or do you leave it? I think I'll probably leave these sealed, just because it keeps. I like the bags and whatnot with the characters on them, but it's always a dilemma to me, because you want to rip them open and see what they're like and play with them a little, I suppose. See if Tails will actually take out my eye. But I'll probably leave them as they are, and I'll just pause the camera then and get the little Brucey bonus. I'm not sure if the camera is going to focus really there, but these are. As I said, Chris just threw these in, which is, I mean, come on, he bid in the auction, he pointed it out to me. Talk about going above and beyond, but then to throw in these as well was just brilliant. I mean, words can't describe how nice, some people in the retro community are. But these are actually Sega coins. As I said, it's probably not been shown on the camera. I think they're from a Japanese arcade. But he's pointed to him a few times, and I know a few members like Private Joker have picked them up. But yeah, totally cool to kind of get these. And whenever I get around to having somewhere to display my my gaming stuff, they will so go on display somewhere. So thanks again for not only getting all of that, but for getting that too. And a very quick kind of addendum to the whole sealed versus non-sealed. A while back I picked up this game on eBay, and as you can see, it's sealed, and it was, it's originally sealed from its original seal as well. And I can't remember who I bought this off. Some eBay seller. Anyway, I picked it up because I seen it in one of Retro Bob's videos. So it's the limited edition version with the music CD of Comix Zone and everything. Perfect, brand new condition. But I can't bring myself to open it. So I'm guessing these are going to stay along with Comix Zone in my I can't bring myself to open my set of items in the collection. So anyway, I said this was going to be short, and I'm having to rush now because it's already up near bloody 15 minutes. So apparently I can't keep videos short. Oh well. So I hope you enjoyed watching, and I guess we'll leave it there until next time.